Hi, this is Cindy from Scout and Zoe's, and welcome to another lecture of Scout and Zoe's University. And today we're going to talk about a very sustainable protein that we call superfly. And superfly is black soldier fly larvae that we've turned into yummy, delicious products that rock the industry. We were the first ones to release products with this in November of 2019. And we had them at Super Zoo in 2021, right after AFCO approved them for use in dog treats. So we were the very first ones. So this is so wonderful. But first of all, let's talk about why these little critters are so good. These are the larvae. And you can see them right there. They kind of look like bugs. Drawings make them look kind of like croissants. But the reason that these little guys, these little critters, are so good is they are full of protein and lauric acid and some other benefits nutritionally, but they clean up the environment as they grow. They grow at an astronomical rate. They grow in 2 weeks. They grow like 100,000 times. They eat this tremendous, ungodly amount of food in 2 weeks to grow to an adult before they're harvested and dried. What they eat is vegetables and fruit that are meant for the landfills. So they're eating and cleaning up the planet, and the water that they get from those fruits and vegetables means that they don't have to have water to grow on because they get it all there. So they're saving the earth that way too, and they grow and they don't have any gaseous emissions. In common speak, that would mean they don't fart. So we're saving the ozone or helping not make it any worse than it already is. And they grow vertically, like in condos, like in black soldier fly condos, rather than horizontally and on a piece of ground that would raise 300 head of cattle. You can grow hundreds of billions of black soldier fly larvae. So this is insects are the protein of the future. And black soldier fly larva is from the very forward-thinking minds of Scout and Zoe's. So we have the larva in its natural state. Then we have the larva that has been ground up into a food topper, and that's what the topper looks like. It's just ground larva. We have from before the larvae are dried, they have the oil. So we have the oil, which is great for reptiles and amphibians. We'll go back over what species can enjoy these. These are great for reptiles and amphibians or bearded dragons to coat their food with before you give it to them. They're going to eat it up. Then we took the larva and made jerky out of it. So that's wonderful. It's very highly nutritious, lots of protein. And we went even further. With that. So our best-selling products we made into Super Swarm over here. I'm always backwards with this. Canine Snackies. So we put the trio together, and then we made Super Dots that have black soldier fly larvae, pumpkin, chia seeds, and water, and Super Crisps that have the same ingredients, but they're in these really thin, can you see that? In these really thin crisps of treats. So doggos, this is a great training treat. These would be very high value. All of these would be very high value. But these are great treats because training treats because they're small and they can eat them kind of in one bite. But these are wonderful treats that if your dog really likes crispy things, this would be like thin as like a Pringle, or maybe even thinner than that, but wonderful treats. So let's go back to the species for a minute. So with the superfly larva, even though they're branded as pet treats, so you could feed these to your chickens, your ducks, birds outside, wild birds. You could probably feed them to domestic birds like your parrot or something. You can feed them to pigs, You could feed them to your dogs. You could feed them to your cats because we have food toppers with black soldier fly larvae in them. So this is a wonderful, wonderful product that crosses a lot of different species. When you get to the powder, same thing. You can do it for cats and dogs and just about anything that you would want to have some more protein added to. And then, like I said before, the Superfly jerky, probably dogs, that's the best species for that, your pet dogs, and your best furry friends. And then when you get into the oil, that would be your reptiles and your amphibians and bearded dragons and the like, so that you can coat their food with it and make it a little bit more enjoyable, give them a little bit extra protein. And then when you get into, well, there you go. So that's pretty much the species. It crosses a lot of different species, but the tips to take away here is that it's very eco-friendly, it's very sustainable, it's really high protein, it has benefits, nutritional benefits for every species that would ingest these products. And they're great for training treats. So if you have someone who is looking for a high value training treat and likes the fact that, or is very ecologically friendly and likes the sustainability, you've hit on all three of those. I love saying this, all three of these cylinders. I don't know why I just do. But all of this product line, we call it Superfly because it's super and it's fly. I mean, so it's like, woo, it's fly, and I'm pretty unhip, so that's pretty funny. But it's a super fly. It's a black soldier fly. So if you're familiar with who Superfly was, if you're not, Google it because it's a great movie and it's a wonderful song by Curtis Mayfield. But I want you to remember, we named it, we love double entendres. And if you don't know what that is, you can look that up too. And it just means that things have more than one meaning. So this is Superfly, and it's like, yeah, it's great, it's Superfly. But it's also a super fly. And then the triple entendre for me is the movie Superfly and the song Superfly. So, but you have to be of a certain age to remember those. And if that just kind of goes over your head, then you're probably way younger than I am. But that's my tip of the day is you should Google, because it's a great song. You'll love it. Anyway, Superfly, wonderful family of products from Scout and Zoe's. Once again, the bugs, the jerky, the food topper, we've got the oil, and then we have Super Dots, Super Crisps, not Sugar Bear Super Crisp, but Black Soldier Fly Larva Super Crisps. And then we have the trio, which we call the Super Swarm. So, got any questions? You know where I am, Cindy at Scout and Zoe's, and you can feel free to ring me, buzz me, text me, message me, call me, and we'll answer any questions that you or your customers have. So anytime. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.